Hi everybody and welcome to Oils and Feet. Sorry, we have been delayed. We had a couple of little technical difficulties. Good old computers and logging into Zoom. So my name is Kim Dellar and this lovely lady to my left or right, I don't know which one it is, is Jan Bebbington. And tonight or today, we're going to speak to you about essential oils and feet. Jan and I actually love feet, hence my lovely little picture of feet in the back there. I think what do you call me, a retired reflexologist, Jan?
Yes, pretty much, Lee, an amazing one when she was.
And Jan is a current practicing reflexologist as well as many other things, but she will tell you a bit more about that when she gets on. And so we love feet. We know how amazing they are. We love putting oils on our feet. We love rubbing our feet when we can. But most of all, I love it when Jan rubs my feet when I get reflexology from her.
Thank you.
So why would we put oils on our feet? So we put oils on our feet because sometimes it's easier for our body to uptake the oils into our cells from our feet because the cells are larger. Also, what happens is we don't have as many sebaceous glands, like the fat cells. So the oils can actually penetrate through to the cells much quicker and much easier. Also, the skin is a bit harder and less sensitive. So it's always a good place to start when you're getting into essential oils to put them on your feet first, so that when we talk about our Young Living oils, they're nice and strong and pure. So we want to start with our feet straight away. Another reason we apply oils to our feet is because of the VitaFlex and reflexology points in our feet. And this is why we love feet. And so now I'm going to pass over to Jan and she is going to tell you a little bit more about that.
Okay, so as a reflexologist, I'm going to get and do the complete definition of what reflexology is about. So reflexology is the study of reflections in the feet corresponding to all the parts of the body. These reflections or reflexes are used for therapeutic benefit when specific compression and other manual techniques are applied. The word reflex means to reflect. The belief here is working therapeutically on reflex areas will assist a return to balance in associated areas of the body. Reflexology aims to unblock stressed areas within the body. This will then improve the basic body ease and function and allow the body's natural ability to heal itself and return back to homeostasis, which is a place we all strive to be all the time. In principle, reflexology is always safe, although there are some contraindications and precautions to be considered prior to treating a client. That's me saying this as a reflexologist, as a professional reflexologist. So as a reflexologist, I would use the reflexology chart, although as a Young Living distributor and member, I would expect you also to use only the VitaFlex chart. The VitaFlex chart is an amazing chart. We're going to talk about the comparisons of the chart with my reflexology chart as well that I actually utilize in my room all the time. So reflexology is very similar to VitaFlex, which is often spoken about in the Young Living as a technique. Gary also passionately embraced, and he loved sharing it, and he utilized it all the time in his daily life. Okay, so the reflexes, what we've got to remember is reflexology is not just on the feet. We're talking about feet tonight because that's what it's all about. But reflexology also can be used on your ears, your hands, and even your head points. There are reflexology points there. There are different techniques, but it's still reflexology. So reflexology is the feet is what we're actually going to do. So we're going to expand out the charts. Is there any chance to get the charts up on the screen, Kim?
There is. I shall do that right now.
Keeping in mind, while Kim's getting these charts up on the screen, I've studied other forms of reflexology as well. And when I went to study Eastern reflexology, I had to sit back from my original chart. My chart is the colourful chart on my left at the moment of the screen, and the VitaFlex point is on the right side. So you can see my pointer, Kim. Is my pointer coming up on the screen?
No, I'll have to point for you.
You'll have to point for me. Okay, that's fine. So this is on the left is the plantar surface of the feet on the West Australian School of Reflexology's chart. Now, when I studied the Eastern Reflexology, there was another chart. So that I didn't confuse myself, and I don't want you to be confused and overwhelmed by seeing these both charts either, is the fact that embrace these charts and use intent when you're actually ever looking at someone's feet. So this is you looking at your feet. Okay, so you're sitting back and you're actually looking at this person's feet. So imagine someone sitting down. Look at those gorgeous little chubby toes up there. Can you see that, Kim? I'm actually going to walk you through. Kim's going to have to point it out for me now because I don't have a pointer, but I'm going to walk you through the left-hand side, the actual plantar surface of the West Australian School of Reflexology. Thanks, Kim. Kim, would you go to the top of the toes?
So just want to say, sorry, Jan, you're looking at the bottom of the feet, not the top of the feet. Some people don't know what plantar is.
Yeah, beautiful. Plantar is the surface that you plant on the ground, your plantar surface. Okay, the other surface, which is the top of the feet that you look at when you're looking down at your feet, is called the dorsal surface, so plantar surface. So if you have a look, this is your body. Kim, can you just go to the toes, around the big toe area, and bringing it and across the big toe to the other toe, to the little toe on the side. We'll do that first of all. Okay, so this is our brain. This is our sinus points are in that brain area as well. So keeping in mind, now as you're coming from the big toe, Kim, look at this. Okay, so come across, Kim, a little bit further, and you've got the eye. Okay, now the eye is obviously bilateral. So if you're looking at both feet, you've got a bilateral source of eye, haven't you? You've got two eyes, bilateral. If you have a look at the ears, coming out to the little toe area is the ears. And on the other side. Okay.
So here.
All right, so you've got your esophagus, Kim. Okay, coming up a little bit more. And there's your thyroid. Kim's just gone around there, and the thyroid's on the other side as well. Okay. All right, Kim, go and show me, chart out the chest reflex. Now, the chest reflex to me, I call it chest, but it's your lungs where you breathe in the world. Reflexology is a holistic practice. So therefore, we're looking at mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional areas and emotional releases in the body. So not just a physical practice. So come over, Kim, and show me the heart. Notice that the heart is on the left-hand side of the body more predominantly. Now, everyone knows that. There's a little portion on the other side. Now, coming down further, show me the lung, the liver, Kim. Okay, so you notice there's only a little bit on the left. And have a look at the way it's more predominantly and a really large part of the organ on the right-hand side of the body. And there's the gallbladder in there as well, while you're actually in the liver. We'll just do gall at the same time. Beautiful. Okay, so we're just going to do the organs. Now, if you have a look on the left-hand side of the foot, the yellow is the stomach. And have a look to the right side, and there's just a portion of the stomach on that particular side. So it's amazing how with such a beautiful jigsaw that it all fits into the body in this gorgeous torso of ours, and we don't even realize how amazing it is. Kim, on the left foot, can you show me the spleen, please? Okay, so the spleen, and have a look at all the other yellow, not the stomach anymore, but have a look at all the other yellow. If you could trace all that for me. Notice Kim going up and looking at all those points and see how, yeah, okay, cool. Thanks, Kim. That's our lymphatic system. So the spleen, which you'll sit on in a moment, is the greatest organ in our whole immune system. So the lymphatics and the spleen. So they are what we really need to concentrate on if we're feeling a little unwell. If someone comes to me in my practice, I will work on those particular organs the most, because I want to revitalize those organs and allow them to move forward into their health and give their body the ability once again to heal themselves. Okay, so now, Kim, let's look at the bilateral kidneys. Notice that the kidneys are in the middle, and on the other side, if you notice it's blue, can you follow the kidney through the urethra into the urinary bladder for me, Kim? There you go. On both sides, exactly the same. All right. Now, the adrenals. The adrenals are just sitting above. You can only see a little bit. It's quite a large adrenal all the same, but it's hiding behind the kidney at this stage. So you often hear us talking about popping our hands on the back, so under our ribs and above our waistline. Can you show me the waistline on that chart, please, Kim? Okay, that's our waistline. So that's actually L1. Can you go to L1 for me, Kim? Our lumbar spine, just sitting on L1, right on the white of the large intestine. Beautiful. And while I'm talking about the large intestine, can you show me the flow of the large intestine for me, please? See? And now Kim is going out, and our waist is coming out through the anus. Show the anus again. There's the anus. Okay. So you can see where the urinary bladder, all the liquid comes out through the urinary bladder, and then you've got the anus coming out, the solids. All right. So now, Kim, the small intestine. So obviously your food is going to go through the small intestine first and then fly into the large intestine and have a really beautiful flow and allow you to emit all these products that you've actually got in your body that you don't actually need, that hasn't worked for you. All right, so I think, right, let's do the most important, what I feel. I love looking at the function of the spine. So the function of the spine, Kim, if you can actually get C1 for me, please. Beautiful. See how Kim's actually going to the other one? Okay, beautiful. So you've got your cervical spine. Thanks, Kim, for showing me that. That's the dorsal side. So this is what we're looking down on. There's your cervical spine. You have 7, 5. Okay, then from the thoracic spine, you have 12 vertebrae coming through to your waistline at the waist, which is just on your large intestine, really. There you go, thank you. Now your lumbar spine, and then you've got your sacrum. Notice you've got your sacrum there. And then you've got your coccyx, which is that little tail that's still sitting there that we really probably don't utilize as much. It can be a bit of a nuisance when that coccyx gets put out of place. Okay, can you show us, Kim, the scapular blade? So we're now looking at the back of our body. Looking back here, this is our scapula here, right behind here. All right, and Kim, coming down, notice the shoulder joints. So the shoulders are sitting outside the body, aren't they, if you're looking at this map? Coming down to the arms. And if you actually were standing up, after you've been watching this for a while, you'll notice you'll stand up and you put your arms to your side, and you'll notice that your hands will sit just below your waistline, which is what this map is showing us. I love reflexology. I find it actually really gives people the ability to really go to another place, to allow themselves some peace. And in this day and age of kind of hecticness, this is a fabulous modality. Now, what we're doing tonight, we've expanded out of the charts, and what we're going to do tonight is now bring our beautiful therapeutic oils into the reflexology process, into the feet process. You don't have to be a reflexologist to use these oils on your feet. Remember, intent. So, Kim, I'm going to hand this over to you now, because I think Kim is going to expand out our start of our oils and why she would use oils on the feet. Thanks, Kim.
Okay, I'm just going to stop the share for a second, but we might go back to that. So can you see your whole body in the bottom of your feet? So you can see, I should go this hand. So, oops, it's really hard to do it when it's on the camera. You know, your toes depict your head, and the ball of your foot depicts your chest, and where the what's that inner bit there? Where your instep is, that's where most of your intestines and stomach and all that is. So you can really, after a while, and I suppose because Jan and I have been staring at feet for years, I can see the body when I look at feet. It's quite bizarre.
Okay.
But that's what I want you guys to think about tonight when we're talking about putting oils on our feet. So today, tonight, whichever time you're listening to this, so thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate you joining us because we love this. We love sharing our passion. So tonight I'm going to talk about oils to stay above the wellness line. And I'm actually going to talk about, we're going to talk about, sorry, the Young Living Wellness Oils range. So these oils are predominantly, I'm just going to show you one little bottle. I have the white label. So they're the white labels I'm showing you now. And they're all listed in our lovely wellness booklet, Young Living Wellness booklet, which you can't really see on here. So I am sorry about that. Go that side. No, reflection of my light's terrible. So in here, we'll talks about how to use each of the oils and which of the oils. I think we've got 13. Is that right? 13 wellness oils. I can't even remember. Sorry. So these oils are actually listed with the TGA, but this book will tell you exactly what these oils can be used for.
I don't know if mine comes up any better.
Yeah, it never does because of the light.
Okay.
So we're going to try and talk about not all of the oils are wellness oils. We're going to talk about a few of them, and we're just going to talk about one or two things that you can use each oil for, because really a lot of our oils we know we can use for several things. So should we put the chart up for this, back up for this one, Jan?
Why not?
Yeah, so then we can give you an idea of where we'll put it, because you don't really need to see mine on Jan's face. Seriously, you don't. Okay, let me pop us back to sharing. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, oops, why does it do that to me? Sorry. All right, I can. There we go. Okay. So one of the oils, the first one I'm going to talk about is peppermint. So traditionally used in aromatherapy as an analgesic to relieve pain. So what we might do with this particular oil is perhaps put along our spine reflex that Jan was talking about, and our thoracic, our cervical for neck, our lumbar for lower back. So if we're feeling a bit of pain, we could put this oil, because it's traditionally used in aromatherapy as a pain relief. We can put them in those areas to help us. And sometimes it's easy to put the oils on our feet because it's easier to get to the area we want to apply it to. So sometimes it's really hard to get to our thoracic. So when we're putting it on our feet, we're thinking, I'm touching my back and shoulders when I'm massaging this oil into my feet, as well as, and that's really having that bit of intent. I'm actually putting it directly on my spine where I want it.
Yeah. Okay.
And
orange oil.
I'm going to be doing a lot of this.
Have you got the orange oil, Kim? Kim's
no, I didn't. I just brought the one oil to show. No, just one oil.
Oh, okay. All right, then orange. Orange, traditionally used in aromatherapy to relieve constipation and flatulence. So when you think of that, where do you think in your head, before we show you, where you would put this particular oil? Yes. Yes, on your stomach and your intestine, your large and your small intestine. Now, I'm just going to say this, by the way. Can you show the flow once again of the intestine, Kim? We're going clockwise around your body when you put oils on. When you're doing your intestine, you go clockwise. If you have diarrhea, you would then go anti-clockwise. Okay, thank you.
So the next one I'm going to talk about is clary sage. Clary sage is one of my favourite oils. My husband likes to call it something else, but I won't tell you about that. So traditionally used in aromatherapy for regulating menstrual cycle. So this one would be a great oil to apply to the reproductive points in our feet. And I'll just flip through to the next chart to show you where they were, because we didn't actually really talk about them in here, did we, Jan?
No, we didn't.
And I can't see my screen properly. So we've got the ovary on the outside of the foot.
That's it. Yep.
And the fallopian tubes go across the crease or the joint of your foot, of your ankle. And then the uterus is on this side. Where am I? Am I in the right spot?
Yep.
Over here.
Yep.
So it's quite a big part. And we know that a 1 drop of oil goes a long way. But if you were having things you know, to regulate, to help with your keeping your menstrual cycle healthy, aiding with cramps, pain, and flow. So this is a really good one for that.
Cool. Okay, I've got lemongrass. I love lemongrass. It is the most beautiful, fresh smell. I love it. It has quite a few great uses and can be applied to many parts of the feet, traditionally used in aromatherapy as an analgesic to relieve pain. So I would look at the spine.
We're going to look at the
The whole way
VitaFlex
through
this
the
time.
spine. Yeah, that's beautiful. The whole spine. And I would look at the head and the neck. Often. Yep, beautiful. Well done. To relieve the symptom severity of a common cold and a flu, apply to the chest area, the lungs on your feet. Okay, beautiful. All right, thank you. And also it can help with reduction of body temperature as well, if you're actually finding that you're spiking a little bit up on the body temperature. Also, one last thing for this gorgeous, amazing little oil, it is traditionally used in aromatherapy for flatulence and indigestion. So this is another great one to rub on your stomach and your intestine points on your feet. Okay.
Beautiful. Next one we're going to talk about is tea tree oil. So tea tree is traditionally used in aromatherapy as an expectorant to clear respiratory tract mucus. So this oil we might like to apply to our chest area, to the ball of our feet, being our chest point. So on the Reflexology charts, the big white ball of our foot, and same with the VitaFlex. You can see they're slightly different, but they are pretty much the same. Yeah. And don't be too worried that you're not putting on the exact point. If you're putting it on the ball of your foot and you're thinking that's my chest, that's fine.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so one of my favourite oils, it's really hard. Kylie once said to us once, what's your favourite oil? And I thought, oh, that's a hard one. Sacred Sandalwood is definitely up there. It's an absolutely brilliantly beautiful oil, traditionally used in aromatherapy to help promote a healthy liver. Now, I was reading these notes this morning, so I decided I'd do a bit of healthy liver work on myself. Yeah. Okay, so do it as a healthy liver and gallbladder function. Can you show the gallbladder as well, Kim? What about, yep, beautiful. Thank you. And you can see it on the VitaFlex points as well. So we would find these points on the feet and we would apply them to help the function of these organs. Now, everyone listening, by applying them, you can just pop them on there. But if you feel like you have this need to actually knead into the area, just in lovely little circles, just knead in there, or just apply it over there with intent, put your hands on the area. You listen to what your body requires of you to do, okay?
Thanks, Jan. So lemon will be another one that we're going to talk about tonight. Traditional aromatherapy to reduce nausea. So we talked about so many oils do so many great things. So this is another one we could apply to our stomach to help with that nausea, and our stomach being the bit just under the ball of our foot. So it's just under, directly under the top part, more so than the lower part. It's also traditionally used for mental alertness, stamina, and healthy emotional balance. So it's a very uplifting oil as well. So we might want to put it on our toes, as well as just have a good old smell on our feet whilst we're putting it on, because it smells beautiful and makes us all feel so alive and alert.
Yeah, it does. It's a beautiful oil. It's a really nice one for our men to pop on before they go to work in their big boots. And they have to put their socks on. So a great one for the guys in the morning, girls. By all means, they can do a little bit of treatment themselves. So I've got lavender. Who doesn't love lavender? What an amazing oil. This oil has so many uses. And I like to call it the Swiss Army knife of essential oil. A couple of the traditional uses in aromatherapy and analgesic to relieve pain. Again, you can actually look at the spine points. The head would be a great point on the feet to utilize, and the neck again. All right, and often the low back. When there's often a sore neck, you'll often find that the low back may be a bit tight as well. So lavender is an absolute must.
And I realised I didn't finish the notes at that point because there's a couple of reasons, and that was only really one. So I had a quick look in here. Traditionally used therapy for reducing stress, mild anxiety, muscle spasms, digestive spasms, and abdominal cramps and spasms. So we could obviously always use that one on our stomach and intestine area as well. Sorry, Jan, I knew I had finished those notes properly.
I might have rushed in there and I was a bit excited.
No, that's all right. So as you can see, there's so many oils that we can use on our feet, and the Young Living range is amazing to use safely and easily on our feet. What I recommend that you do is you just try some oils, apply them to your feet, to the part of the body that you want to, and just give it a try. It's fun, relaxing, and you may be surprised at the results. Some of the other oils that you might want to try on your feet, some of the Young Living blends, which I think would be great, would be perhaps RC, Digize, Panaway, and there's so many more, but I'm going to leave that up to you guys to explore that yourself.
Okay. What I'd love you to do now is to take this information, keep it in your head. While it's in your head straight away, do it tonight. Make sure your feet are nice and clean, your partner's cleaned their feet and they're just sitting down, and instead of watching TV, maybe you could give yourself the opportunity of facing each other on the long lounge, grabbing a pillow, popping it across so that you can actually share. So you massage your partner's feet first of all, share the oils and experience these oils on your feet, and look at the charts that we've given you tonight and just embrace them and explore. That's all we really want you to do, is to get out of the ordinary and explore these oils and enjoy them and drink them in virtually through the cells of your feet. Okay, what I would like you to do, a little bit of homework, and you may actually get back to Kim and I on the Facebook page or connect with us in another way, is how about you grab a little book and how about you keep some notes on what you did and what areas you touched, and did you notice anything different over that night? Did you sleep well? Did you wake up feeling energetic, alive, connected with the world? What did you notice? Was there any difference? I wish you all the best. I love reflexology. My Kimmy loves reflexology.
I do.
And we all love these oils as well. So embrace them, guys. Questions, you're welcome to ask many questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, girls. We wanted to make this short and sweet because we like to, I'm a quick and fast person, and so is Jan. So we wanted to make it quick and fast. I'll just check the little Facebook page. I don't think we've got any questions because I think that you and I talk so much that there's no time for questions. But thank you all so much for joining us. Please enjoy. If you have any questions or extensive questions, please reach out to us.
Yes, please.
Lovely to see you, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.
See you. Bye.